Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk about organization of thoughts. And I'm thinking about this today because I had a whole new series of paintings come to my mind, and that series led into another series, which led into a third series. And so, my thoughts were sort of all over the place, and I had to find some way to capture them in a way that would make sense to me if I looked at them 3 months from now. Because this is often the catalyst. Things are really clear in your mind when you're writing them down and when you're sketching them out. When you go back to look at them a few months later, it's like, what was I trying to capture? What does this mean? Where was I going with this? So I have all these sorts of questions. What's your favorite way of capturing ideas? If it's something like I want to pick up for groceries or whatever, I'll throw it on my phone into a shopping list type thing. Or if it's a visual, then I'll tend to sketch it out. If it's a written thing, I'll tend to throw it into a Word doc. If it's a list of things, I might throw it into a CSV file. And then, of course, all of that is all put together into different folders so that, I've got like art projects, and then I've got, jewelry, and then I've got, whatever. And so if I'm going for a design idea, then I can go to one of those folders and I'll find what I'm looking for. And sometimes I have to, do subfolders within the folders. Very common for me. So those are some of the ways that I organize my ideas. But I'm wondering what ways you might use and how you find that they work for you. What sorts of things do you organize? What sorts of things that come into your mind do you organize, in a more formal way? And, what do you do? Like, are you a writer? Are you a teacher? Are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? Are you a ditch digger? Are you a clown? Are you, because our jobs often dictate sort of how we organize things, because we have to be organized at work, and so we tend to, be organized at home. Or you could be the type of person who's organized at home. Not me. And is not organized, and that leads into being organized at work. And in all fairness, things are organized, I just have too much of them. And so I've got overflow, which I'm trying to get through. But, so how is it that you organize your thoughts, and the way that you organize them? If you go back to them, several weeks from now, will they still make sense? And how much time do you spend organizing? That's another question. If you've got ideas and you jot them down, how much time? I guess it depends on the idea. That's not really a fair question, I guess. But yeah, so there's all these different sort of thoughts around organization, and there's gazillion organizational tools. And over the years, I've tried all kinds of different things, like from Trello boards or Kanban boards or whatever, to mind maps, to all kinds of things. And some work better than others for different things. Like for projects, I'll tend to use something more like a Gantt system, because it'll tell me each task I need to do, and it'll put it into an order. And if this is dependent upon that, then it all flows very well. So I still use those occasionally, but I don't tend to do large projects much. I tend to do smaller things that I sort of know the steps myself. But if I was to have to write it out for somebody else, that might be a very good way to do it, because sometimes you can't jump steps, or it's not going to work. So yeah, there's all kinds of different ways. So I'm just interested to know, what you do to organize your thoughts. Thanks very much. Have a great night. Bye.